Hello everyone, what's up? It's Fenna and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since we had a video up, but the experimental card just came up in Overwatch and I thought I would go through all of the changes while playing a game of experimental. So what is experimental? Experimental is the new PTR that Blizzard have added to the game, which previews possible upcoming patch changes, more of like a testing environment for those changes to see if they're any good before they decide to put them on the live service. Anyway, we're jumping into an experimental game here, and just to go through the changes, first of all, Ana is being changed. She's going from 75 healing down to 70, so a slight Ana nerf. And you're gonna notice through like most of these changes, oh my god, I don't want to die to that. Let me get out of here. You're going to notice throughout most of these changes that most of these changes are very minimal, and most of them are targeting the support heroes. So like there's going to be a small shift around in the support heroes, which I think is a good thing because I think supports are in a very good spot right now. And they definitely don't need any big changes. You could argue that Zenyatta is quite weak, but I got a different opinion on that, and I will share my opinions on these changes a little bit later. I just want to go through them first. So Ana got a little bit nerfed to the healing, and then there's a big one happening here. As you can see, I got a Bastion on my team, and Bastion has actually had a spread decrease by 10%, and his shots until max spread reduction have gone from 60 to 40 shots. So basically a lot less spread on Bastion when he's in sentry mode. And then on his self-repair, his healing per second has gone from 75 to 90. But the resource drain rate has increased a lot. But that means he can heal faster. He'll just lose the resource meter a little bit faster. Let's see if we can... Bastion over here in the corner as well. Let's give him the juice over here. As he... You can see that new healing kicking in right there as he healed straight through my Glock DPS. And you might be like, well, Fenna, you're Mercy. You know, you're DPSing on a support. Of course you're not going to be able to kill a Bastion. But if we look at his hold healing rate, I think I would have almost DPS straight through the self-repair, but now it's a little bit more. He can just heal through my my Glock right there. Then we got Junkrat. His frag launcher projectiles maintain slightly more velocity on ricochet. So when they bounce off walls, they're going to have a little bit more speed. Something that's going to be hard to tell from like the notes and something you're going to have to experience yourself. It sounds scary to me. I feel like Junkrat spam in particular is going to be a lot more powerful with, you know, them going a little bit faster off the walls. You're just going to naturally get hit a little bit more as the Junkrat nades fly around. On top of that, he's Concussive Mine. Oh, I tried to do a super jump there and completely messed it up. His Concussive Mine projectile speed has been increased from 20 to 25, so his mine that he throws out goes a little bit faster. And the ricochet distance off of enemy players greatly reduced, so less chance that, like, you throw a mine at an enemy, and it kind of just bounces off, and gets a little bit too far away and doesn't do the damage. So it should be a little bit easier to hit with the mines. And then on top of that, Total Mayhem, which is his passive ability when he dies and drops mines, the detonation time from that is now 0.7 instead of 1 second. And the spread has been increased by 50%. We tried to dodge it, but it wasn't enough. So they're going to spread out a little bit more when he dies. I think that means that there's more chance that they do damage, but less chance that someone stands right in the middle of all the mines that fall out of Junkrat when he dies and get like one shot if you're like a 200 HP hero or something like that. So when he dies, he'll probably be more consistently doing damage to people. Oh, maybe if I didn't hit the Valk there, we would have been good. But, oh my god. See if I can get out of here. And now we're getting to the Mercy change. So Mercy, the Caduceus staff, aka the healing. The healing has been increased from 50 healing per second to 55 healing per second, which is a change that a lot of people have been begging for a long time. Bob is not on the point, so we're going to have to get in there and hide here, because there is a Bastion looking at me, but I'm the only one on the point, and I feel very vulnerable right now. Very vulnerable indeed. And that's going to be all she wrote. So if you pay close attention here, you should be able to see just slightly, just by 10%, that my healing output with Mercy is just a little bit higher as we pocket this Bastion who's Got way less spread. On top of that, Moira, the Biotic Orb, her orb that she throws out, it's going to damage radius decrease from 5 to 4 meters. So it's going to connect to people in a smaller radius. The projectile speed has been increased from 16 to 20, which is a lot faster. But the duration has been decreased from 10 to 7. Again, I'm going to talk about these in a little bit, like give my opinions on them. I just want to go through them first. Let me just yeet myself up into the sky here so we can survive and get out of here. And then Zenyatta, his Discord Orb has gone from 25% damage to 30 damage. So again, a slight damage increase right there, which I believe is straight reverting a previous change to Zenyatta, which he used to have. So as you can see from all of the changes, they're kind of just like small changes based around the support lineup. Now, heck of my opinion. So I don't think the support heroes actually needed to be changed. I feel like the support heroes in the current game are honestly very well balanced, and it scares me that they are actually going for changes on the support heroes. However, I do think a lot of these changes are kind of small, and if I was personally going to make changes to the heroes, if I had to, I think they're definitely in the right direction. And I do like that they're not massive changes so that, you know, something can be completely thrown off balance. Instead, it's like micro adjustments. Like, none of these changes are going to kill a hero or just like make a hero ridiculously strong. Like, it's not like we're getting 25% extra healing. It's 10%, and that's nice. You're going to get slightly faster ults. You're going to be able to heal through some extra damage, but at the end of the day, it's not a massive change to the hero. And you can even see I'm building a little bit faster ult here with the extra healing on the Caduceus staff, which is pretty cool. And I do think that, you know, I said this, like, I tweeted this like 4 months ago. I made a dumb tweet, like, Mercy mains want one thing and it's fucking disgusting, and that one thing was, you know, 50 healing per second to 55 healing per second, and that's exactly what they've done here. So overall, I think the support changes on their own, altogether, they're all decent changes. I don't really understand the Moira one that much. I think the problem that people have with Moira is that her orb sometimes gets random kills across the map because it stays out for so long. But because they're increasing the speed, even though they're lowering the duration, the orb should still get as far across the map. However, since the radius is a bit lower, that means that the random kills will happen a tiny bit less. But I feel like they could have done something a little bit different, like just decrease the duration by a more significant amount, and then adjust other values later on to stop those random kills with Moira. Or do something a little bit more technical, like let the orb bounce less times off walls, so that it would get to those ridiculous locations less. Or even have a straight distance limiter on it. So like, oh, hey, after the orb travels 15 meters, maybe 20, then it just, you know, dissipates. But anyway, they've gone with the radius decrease. Actually, you can already see here that my healing output is pretty damn high with this change. We're about almost 4 minutes into the game. That round actually ended about 3:45 if you look at the top left. Although it says 3:55 now, it was still counting when the round ended. And I'm already at 7,500 healing, which is pretty damn high for Mercy. So I feel like with this change, he might definitely go up into only just into the main healer category with that extra 10% right there. Now, we got the other changes. We got the Bastion changes. I initially saw the Bastion changes like, Blizzard, what are you doing? Nobody wants to play against Bastion. But it's a little bit biased. I hate Bastion. I don't like playing against him. I don't think most people like playing against him. I don't think he's a very interesting hero to play against. That doesn't mean that, you know, Bastion shouldn't be a more viable pick more often. And the reason why, after thinking about it for a little bit, I don't hate the change is because someone asked me about 1 to 2 weeks ago, you know, Daniel, who do you think is the worst hero in the game? And I looked at the hero pool and I said, without a doubt, Bastion is the weakest hero in the game. Ever since Shields got nerfed about 6 months ago, I'm going to say, maybe 8, Bastion just became a lot weaker. Reason being, I'm going to go for this, a bit risky, but Bastion can save me, hopefully. Reason being, like, when shields got nerfed, like, there was less to protect Bastion, so you just break the shields and go and get him. So you could literally just play easy spam comps against Bastion. Since he doesn't really move that much, he just gets completely wrecked. Whereas with the changes, he's going to be able to do a little bit more damage faster, especially at range. And can you even see there, buddy? Maybe you can see. Also, you know, if they do break through the shield, you're going to be able to uproot and, oh, let me over there. And be able to heal yourself up and play a little bit more self-sustained. Which, I do think that's a good thing for Bastion players. The question is, how many people... let me know in the comments, how many people actually want to see Bastion picked frequently? Because I definitely think Bastion is one of those heroes that needs to be firmly placed in the cheese category. Where it's like, yeah, you see him once in every 50 games, and that's fine. Because it's just once in every 50 games. And, you know, it's some kind of stupid strategy, but it's okay because people don't do it that often. And I think that's the place he needs to be in. And I do think he's actually in that place right now. Let's go stay alive. Yeah, where's my Moira gone? I completely lost track of her. Which is a good thing. She managed to dodge everything. Going for a res here is kind of risky. Where's my Moira gone now? I just keep losing her. Oh, she's over there. Oh, God. So after thinking about the Bastion changes a lot, I actually don't really mind them that much. Just because I think, you know, he probably did need a little bit more strength. It's just, I hope that the Bastion changes are not that good. That, you know, when these changes come through, people are, oh, Bastion, you know, he's the meta now. Let's play Bastion every game. Because, honestly, dude, I'm not going to find that very fun if people are playing Bastion all the time. But it's also a very selfish point of view. But I think also a viewpoint that is shared by a lot of people that play this game. Can we survive here? I reckon we can. Can our Bastion survive here? I reckon he can. Not, actually. Let's go for a cheeky one here, boys. It's going to cost me my life. Hopefully, McCree can do something massive with this. He's dead. As for Junkrat I don't like the Junkrat changes. You know, overall, you know, as an overall opinion of all the changes, I think that the changes are pretty good for the most part. Most of them are small, so they're not going to be that impactful. They're just kind of nice little changes, and I do prefer that way of balancing, especially if it's going to be more frequently than anything else as we hit a fat defeat screen here. But the Junkrat changes I don't like because from what I can tell, with more velocity and a bigger spread on the bombs, I feel like there's going to be more random elements coming from Junkrat with nades like bouncing off walls and, you know, a wider spread on the bombs picking people off as he dies. But again, it's all about how it feels in-game, and I don't think we'll really get to experience that unless it goes live. And on that note, remember these changes are not live, they're on experimental, but I do expect most of the support changes to go through. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of the experimental changes in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a good one.